Okay. So vocab. Blitzkrieg is a military offensive with intensive aerial bombardment. It's what the Nazis used during World War II. Okay. Prodigy, an unusually gifted or intelligent person. It's like Louis in his childhood. People didn't really, if you kind of looked at him, you probably you wouldn't think that he's like really good at running, which he wouldn't like prove everyone wrong. Like, it actually is. Okay, strafe is a third one. Attack repeatedly with bombs or machine gun fire from the low-flying aircraft. And that's when Louis, Mac, and Phil were all in the raft, and the Japanese aircraft trying to shoot at them because they were really low and the machine gun missed them. Fatigue, extremely tiredness, typically resulting from mental or physical exertion or illness. Basically, when you're up too long, you don't have any like physical strength, tired and sleepless. And euphoria, feeling of great happiness. Basically, when Louis finally got home, he felt overwhelmed with happiness, and finally he's not there anymore.
Okay. You guys had gone through your big ideas, and you had talked about overcoming obstacles. You talked about courage, and you were just talking about sanity and how to keep sanity.
Yep.
And that little bit, that's where you had left off.
Okay.
So you can pick it up there.
That's me?
Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't even know where he got to. He rambled so quick.
Enjoy this and a little bit of hope and anything is possible. Oh, I don't know.
Well, you were basically saying how when they were on sea that they're kind of going crazy, but Louis stayed sane.
Oh yeah, because they like asked each other questions, make sure everyone was, in it still and not like completely crazy.
Well, you tell us about it, because you're the one who knows.
Okay, I'm just gonna start with the beginning of my big idea, so I know. Okay, so it's a journey that seems unbelievable, but with a little bit of hope, anything is possible. And like I said, just like the journey he went through, it seems fake, but in all reality, it actually did happen. Because he just had that little bit of spark inside of him that said, "Let's keep going. It's gonna be over soon." Even though at times he probably thought, they just ended, but there's more to it than just that. He wanted to mean something by keep on going.
Okay, for our first crew response, we wanted to find one that kind of had some negative drawbacks to it. And this one says, Hildebrand's heavy reliance on personal remnants does have some drawbacks, as Hildebrand presents as fact too many stories that seem like a family legend. So when it says, did the neighbor really sew on Louis' severed foot back on? This happened when Louis was running in track and the coaches warned him that other players were going to team up to try to get him out, because they knew that Louis was going to win, because he was the number one player, track star in that team. So all the other college teams were going to team up and try to get him out. So pretty much they surrounded him in that and stepped on his foot with the cleats and did tear up his foot. So what this one is, they don't really know if those are true. They're just kind of expanding that. And also, this also talked about, another drawback was Hildebrand kind of presented a lot of facts. So she would talk about Louis in a story, and then she'd present facts about just track in general. And then she would talk about Louis in the airplane and talk a lot about facts about B-24s and that. So that was one of the drawbacks we found from one of the critical responses.
Where did these come from?
We have the citation on the next.
Yeah.
The next one, we found one that was good for it. Unbroken is a spellbinding celebration of resilience, forgiveness, and the human capacity for finding beauty in the unlikeliest places. So basically, yeah. Then these bottom two are sources for the critical responses.
First one's for the first critical response, and the second one's for the second one.
So are they people just putting it into a comment section, or are they actual book reviewers?
Well, the first one was from a Washington Post, which we thought was...
Okay.
So she was Gary Keiss, he was kind of a book reviewer, and then we went to
Amy. It was on an actual site. Like she was an actual not an editor, but critic.
Okay, so
She-
that was just one little tiny piece of the
Yep.
whole thing.
Yeah, because they were like a page and a half, so we kind of just limited down.
Just checking.
That's all we got for presentation.
You have a creative component?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
That's, you have to pop that up. It's on.
Pop that
Any questions about this so far?
Who would you recommend this book for?
Honestly, it's like Jared and Parker and John's book. They said theirs was kind of like slow in the beginning. Our book started off at a fast pace right away. So if you have trouble like reading, I really do recommend. Don't say okay.
It's just
Um,
buffering.
So I really do recommend this book to people who have trouble reading, because this book picks up in action right away as Louis is a little kid.
I think high schoolers could definitely read it. Middle school age would probably be a little tougher, but it's definitely would be a good read for high schoolers.
High school enough,
Oh.
I'd say.
I mean, probably early college too.
So it does present a lot of facts, and it does have some gruesome moments where the author talks about how like how Louis saw sharks eat people, and just how he saw people just get blown apart by bombs. So there are some gruesome parts in the book. So yeah, I think high school enough would definitely be.
Can you tell us a little bit about your creative component while he's trying to get it to load?
Yeah, so this is pretty much, we wanted to do this is a preview of a documentary on Louis Zamperini, so it's going to be like you see on like the History Channel, like on the commercial, you're going to see a little preview of a documentary, so that's what we did today, is just preview.
Basically, the highlights of his life.
Yeah.
Throughout. A little bit of early childhood, some through his, and then mostly through his service in the war.
This is the problem.
So yeah, trailer.
We have to hit the approve button.
You want to get the light?
Click off of that so we don't have two of them playing at once. Okay,
You got it?
ready? You don't. Some groups try to talk over their video. Just let your video speak for itself.
Yep.
It's loud enough. No Bretts were injured in the filming of this video.
If you'd like to see the full documentary, please tune into tomorrow night's episode to watch it all. Thank you. Have a good night.
What did you use to make your video?
iMovie.
iMovie, okay. And no Bretts were injured in the filming of said video?
Nope.
Thank you guys.
I mean,
Any final thoughts for your class?
It's a
Yeah.
pretty good historical book. It tells a great story, and focuses pretty much on one person throughout, pretty much throughout their whole life. It's just really pretty good read.
if you really like war books or action suspense, I really do recommend this book, because it had a lot of action from the start, I think, all the way to the end. It had a lot of action in it. It also gave you a lot of suspense too, in the book as well.
Thank you.